Hi, it's me, Nancy, your Granny Penny advice lady, here with more useless advice. Except this time it's not. Every now and then, if I make one of these little suckers, we're going to have a chat. And today's chat is about something I get email about 4 times a week over. If you've read my blog for any time at all, if you know me at all, if you've ever heard me speak, breathed in my air, you know I've had a gastric bypass. I'm extremely open about it. Too open about it? Yeah, probably. 9 years ago today, I weighed 322 pounds. I always say 320 because I like to round things, but it was 22. I was lying on a table, and the last thing I heard was the nurse say, "Oh, you're going to be so beautiful." Nice. Not the reason I got the gastric bypass, and not a reason for anyone to get a gastric bypass. I got it because I couldn't walk. I couldn't go upstairs. Heart, my chest, everything was working so hard, and I was young. I had no excuses. I tried everything. I've been dieting since I was 11. It was miserable. I was miserable. I lost friends over it because I had heavy friends and they stayed heavy. And I got thinner, and I never yacked about it. But they would say, "Oh, you're going to be so thin and beautiful, I'm going to still be fat and ugly." And they would slowly drop out of my life. I'm lucky I have a husband who doesn't care what I weigh, because I know people who've lost their marriages over it. It's not the perfect answer. The perfect answer is to learn good eating habits from the start, but we didn't. For some reason, some of us just didn't. And for various reasons, we gained weight and we got to places we didn't think we could get. Oh, I'll never look like that. I remember thinking it. Looking at a woman who I looked exactly like 20 years later. I remember standing in front of Myers in Grand Haven, Michigan, looking at a woman who looked I looked just like, thinking I would never let it get that out of hand. And there I was, just like her, eating food and fooling myself that I wasn't eating that much. So I had a gastric bypass. The full zipper. They weren't doing the laparoscopic gastric bypasses back then, and I had a Roux-en-Y, which is where you staple part of your stomach off, remove a good chunk of your intestines, and close down the part that leads into your stomach to the size of an M&M. Chew your food. No kidding. It gave me 2 years to get my act together. 2. There we are. Oh, there. If you, and this is my opinion, this isn't medical. You can probably find statistics that show me that I'm all wet. But I believe if you don't get your act together in 2 years, diet, health, and exercise, then you'll go back. You just will. Some people go back because there's a lot more there, and it's harder for them. Some people go back because the change is just too all-encompassing. I found as I peeled off layers of fat like an onion, the wounds that had been there that I had covered with the weight became uncovered. I'm not talking about the time in 6th grade when I was told I ate a pollywog. Thank you, Mike Kelly. But the feelings that accompanied the pollywog eating incident, or the time my dad told me I was a cow and only suited to work the most menial of jobs because I was so fat at 130 pounds, 5'2". 5'2", 322 pounds. 9 years ago, I had a bypass. Now I weigh between 115 and 120. Again, I'm not going to state that anymore to anyone. Doesn't matter. That's my number. That's where I'm comfortable. I have a lot of people that say I'm too thin. I have a lot of people that say I should take off another 10 pounds or so. I'm happy. I look good in my clothes as long as the extra skin doesn't show, and I feel good. I exercise. I exercise an hour a day, 5 days a week. Now, I'm not talking about aerobic exercise. I do aerobic exercise mixed with yoga, and I do strength building yoga. I lift a little bit of weights. I do some Pilates. I've done some dance stuff, whatever makes me happy that day. I run. Right now I'm not running because I had the extra skin taken off my stomach this summer, and there's a spot that there was a hernia from the incision, and it's still sore when I run. I'll get back to running soon. The most important thing as you're going into this is to not think it's easy because you're having surgery. I get very fed up with people like Oprah Winfrey, who I love. But if she has someone on there that lost a lot of weight, she'll say, they did it the hard way, with diet and exercise. A gastric bypass is a hard way, with diet and exercise, and the added benefit of surgery that might kill you. It's only for emergencies, for people that can't do it any other way. It leaves you with extra skin. Isn't that lovely? I can't believe I'm showing this where the world can see it. Oh, good looking hands though. On your arms and your legs and your stomach. You don't have your breasts anymore, just the bags they came in. But that was kind of coming along anyway with age. I know people who have cavities more easily. No more ice cream. Forget it. Okay, you can have a taste, but that's it. And the first time you get sick from ice cream, the last time you want a taste of ice cream. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is, there are a lot of complications to this surgery. And my best advice is to get good advice. Find a wonderful doctor who doesn't just do it on anyone who wants it done because their insurance covers it. Make sure they put you through psychological and emotional tests to know that you're really ready to take off the weight. You've got to be ready. You've got 2 years, and in the grand scheme of things, if we live till 90, 2 years is a very short, tiny little window. I kept going. I did gain weight when I got pregnant. That's normal. Got pregnant because I lost the weight. But I'm tired of hearing that gastric bypass is an easy way to lose weight. It's the hardest thing I've ever done. My dog is here. It's the hardest thing I know a lot of people have ever done. And if you think it's a cure-all, an easy answer, that you're going to be thin and beautiful, you're wrong. You'll be thin. You'll be pretty. I'm cute as a bug. But I'm not beautiful. And I'm okay with that. I like the way I look. Okay. I wouldn't mind being 35. But I can live with what's left of me. You're going to have to figure out if you can. So, I'll be back with more goofy crap in the next day or so. Take the edge off this.